now I see that we're facing refrigerators. Should we go right to refrigerators? Because I know that there's a big difference as far as pricing with the refrigerators also. And I know everyone talks Sub-Zero.
Yes.
Sub-Zero is like the creme de la creme of refrigerators.
They are.
So.
They were the first ones to create the built-in refrigerator. They I can't remember when, but it was decades ago. And we still have customers coming in here who have working units that are 20 and 30 years old, which is quite surprising.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, why is it? Is it because of the way that the motors are manufactured, or what is it that you would say that gives it that longevity?
It's a very high quality piece.
It is?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is the Mercedes of built-in refrigeration.
Okay.
They also have 2 compressors, which means that the freezer and the refrigerator are both independently monitored by a separate compressor.
Okay.
So that also means that what it's not doing is bringing cold air from the freezer, dry cold air from the freezer into the refrigerator, drying out your produce and stuff. So the refrigerator has its own compressor. The humidity level in there stays where it should be, so your produce will last longer.
Son of a gun. Okay, so now, is Sub-Zero the only manufacturer that does that, or are there other manufacturers that do that?
There are other manufacturers that do that.
There are?
Yes.
Okay.
They're starting to do that now. Liebherr is a German manufacturer that offers that. There've got 1 or 2 more out there for the other.
Okay, great. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. Very different animals, and they're all there for a reason, to fit a budget and to do a different task. There are the traditional standard depth refrigerators that we all grew up with. The ones that you're used to seeing.
About 30 inches deep?
Anywhere, yeah, they can go more, sometimes up to 36. But usually anywhere from 30 to 33 is pretty standard. You can get them in a top freezer, a bottom freezer, a side-by-side. They cannot be paneled. They're freestanding. You can push them in and out. The typical stuff. And those refrigerators can go from a very, very inexpensive couple, $400 or $500 for a little 18 cubic foot, all the way up to probably a little over $2,000 for a full 27 cubic foot side-by-side monster.
Okay.
But they're not very design-oriented.
Okay. So you can't integrate it. You can't put panels on it, so it's basically your refrigerator is your refrigerator.
Right.
Okay, and it's going to stand out.
It's going to stand out.
Okay.
On the other end of the spectrum are the true built-in refrigerators, on the Sub-Zero that we were talking about. Those are actually not freestanding. They are built in. They are bracketed to the wall for support, to the adjoining cabinetry. They're very flat, so they integrate nicely with the cabinets. They don't stick out. They can be paneled. The compressors are on the top, as opposed to the bottom.
As opposed to the bottom. Okay.
So they're taller, but shallower, and they give a much more a sleek look to the kitchen. But they're on the higher end of the pay scale there, the price point. So what has happened over the last 3 or 4, 5 years is that a new category of refrigeration has been established, and that's called the counter depth refrigerator. It's for customers who want the built-in look without the built-in price.
Oh, really?
So basically what it is it's a freestanding refrigerator. So the compressor on the bottom, it can be moved in and out like we were discussing before, but it can be paneled. And you can have the cabinetry enclosed right around it so that it looks built in. The only difference is the door is going to stick out just a little bit. The box itself of the refrigerator will be flush.
You will be flush with the cabinetry.
Right.
Okay.
But those are restricted in size. They come in one size, 36 inches wide.
Okay.
Different configurations, bottom freezer, French door, side by side, but it's basically one width, 36.
Okay, that's interesting to
Become
know.
very popular.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Those range from, I would say, 22 to maybe 3,500, and then we go to the true built-ins, which start in the 4s and can go anywhere up to the super duper Pro 48 Sub-Zero, which is 12 or 13,000. So
Wow.
there's a big
Okay.
difference.
Wonderful.
That's
to work
wonderful.
with. You'll still have your produce, your deli storage. These are actually temperature controlled. You tell it what's in there, and it will keep it at the proper temperature.
Wonderful.
You have your gallon storage.
Yeah, which I kind of like that.
And your freezer is probably also the biggest freezer that you can get in the bottom freezer model. This is your ice maker. you have storage next door, and these can be removed if you wish.
Oh,
So
really?
that you can have full storage on the bottom. I do like the mat because it'll catch crumbs and everything. Some of the other brands just have the wire basket.
And that's a real
And
pill
everything falls
trying
through.
to, yeah, absolutely, when you have to clean out the freezer. Not that I do that, that's one of the jobs I refuse to do. It's a couple of things, taking out the garbage,
Uh-huh.
and cleaning out the refrigerator, that's it, okay, and mowing the lawn.
So that's a unique thing. And you can panel that too.
Okay, that's interesting. I do like that. Now this is, oh my gosh, look at the size of the freezer on this guy.
This is a thermidor. This is a French door, but it's 36 inches wide.
Okay.
This has a bigger freezer.
Holy crow.
It's a bigger freezer with a smaller
Wow.
refrigerator.
So
it's a give and take.
Yeah, it's definitely a trade-off. Can we see what this guy looks like? Now, okay, now, so this is, nothing's catching this. It's coming in and it's falling on the floor.
Yes.
Because there's little holes. Can you see this?
Okay.